Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. The Sicilian defense controls the d4 square with c-pawn. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center to prepare for a d4 pawn push, where the knight will recapture if black captures on d4. d6 opens up the light-squared bishop and prevents white from pushing the pawn to e5 after black eventually plays knight f6. d4 offers to trade the d-pawn for the c-pawn, giving up a center pawn for more active pieces. c takes d4 gives black 2 central pawns versus 1 central pawn for white. This is a book move, trusted by generations of players, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. You overlooked a better way to capture a free pawn. Very precise. You develop your piece while also winning a tempo on the knight. This overlooks an opportunity to move a knight to safety. You missed an opportunity to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a bishop. You win time by threatening a bishop. This permits the opponent to eventually win a knight. This wins a knight. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. Nice, you found a way to win a knight. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. You won a knight for free? This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. There is no stopping you from winning a pawn with the right follow-up. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal. Good job protecting your pawn. Both kings are castled and ready for the middle game. You are bringing your knight into play, eyeing the central squares. This protects an under-defended pawn that is under attack. Your pawn isn't isolated anymore. This threatens to win a knight through a fork. You offered your opponent an opportunity to exchange pieces of equal value. This threatens to tactically win a queen. You're kicking their knight out of a useful square. A very strong play. This move wins a pawn. This offers an equal trade of pieces. You trade off equal material. Recaptures. You mobilized your knight, allowing it to control more of the board. The pawn is now adequately defended. Great! You've developed your last piece, completing your setup. A solid choice. This is a fine move. Takes back. Recapturing. Recaptures. You captured back. Recaptures. You take back. This moves the pawn to safety. Good thinking. This move, one of the best moves. That was an even swap of material. Takes back. Well done, an excellent move. A very strong play. Good job, that's what I would have played too. This steps away from the checking rook. Very good choice. This move puts the rook on a safer square. Yes, this is the way. Right on target. You step your king away from the checking rook. A solid choice. Your pawn is no longer hanging and is now defended. This is the strongest option. This removes an attacker that was threatening to capture one of your pieces. Very precise. That was a fair trade. That was a free bishop. Your passed pawn is one step closer to promotion. Right on target. Good job defending that pawn. This places a rook on the 7th rank where it can be highly active. That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure. That was a free pawn. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. This stops the opponent from being able to force eventual checkmate. You escape the check from the rook. Placing a rook behind an opposing passed pawn can inhibit the pawn's ability to promote. This move wins a rook. This evades the check from the rook. Your pawn now promotes to queen. One of the best moves. Recapturing. There were worse moves, but also something much better. Your passed pawn advances to its goal. This is not the right idea. Nice, definitely the right move. This is the strongest option. You continue the checkmate attack. A very strong play. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. This evades the check from the queen. Your move gets closer to checkmate. This evades the check from the rook. You did it. Nice checkmate.